It's time! It's time! It's JFW time!
Alright guys, it's that time to get stepped in the ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW podcast, hosted by Travesty.
I'm Dizzle J.
I'm Dally.
Guys, we are finally back together once again since, I think the 100th episode we did.
Yeah.
Which really wasn't that far ago.
The faction is back.
Yeah. I mean...
We're always back.
I mean, I've always been here. I mean, I've been doing a lot of Podbean Lives and stuff to support Southland Championship Wrestling. And you guys just not show up.
Yeah, we're essential.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually am. Thank you very much.
Essential employees, bro. I'm going to tell you.
Guys, we're going to go over the results and everything that happened in wrestling this week. Everything from NXT TakeOver this past Sunday all the way up into SmackDown on Friday. We're going to do our predictions for Backlash. That is this Sunday.
Ooh.
So I hope you guys got those ready. And, yeah. I don't believe you.
Me?
Yeah.
I have it right here.
That's a lie. She doesn't have it.
Okay. I'm not DJ.
We're also going to complete the retire, keep, or release game for the WWE roster that we started a couple weeks ago as well. Before we dive into all that, I just want to remind everybody that this episode of Just Freakin Wrestling is brought to you by ballwash.com. Go to ballwash.com, pick out any of your products from shampoos, conditioners, to body wash, nut rubs, and powders. They just released boxers, believe it or not, so there are ball wash boxers now. And that's all available at ballwash.com. When you go to checkout, use the promo code FREAKNET, FREAKNET, save 15% on your order.
Nut rub?
Nut rub. It's like a cologne rub for your genitals.
Oh.
Women can use it too.
I mean,
I don't know. Okay.
So they say that. I mean, it's a unisex thing. It's just called ball wash because apparently, yeah. The show is also brought to you by Audible.com. If you're just like me and you're a huge fan of stories and history, just not a huge fan of reading them yourself, Audible.com is the best place for you to go. One-stop shop for all audiobooks. If you go to audibletrial.com/freaknet today, you'll save yourselves a 30-day subscription because it's absolutely free. You also get a credit to your first book purchase on top of your 30-day free subscription. So make sure you go to audibletrial.com/freaknet today. Audible and Ball Wash are sponsors of freaknetstudios.com. Freaknetstudios.com is one place you go to check out all the amazing podcasts that are associated with the network itself. So make sure you check them out.
the four horsemen of the podcast.
Sure. We know there's tiers. We know there's levels. Anyways, guys, I want to start out here talking about the pay-per-view, the NXT TakeOver in your house, which I'm really excited that they're taking some of these older class kind of like pay-per-view things and they're giving them new life. But not just for like Raw, I'm talking. Not just for like WWE to use, but also for, to give it to NXT.
Right.
I mean, we got War Games and everything, which I think using NXT is phenomenal because it has kind of that gritty concept already.
Right.
But now you bring back In Your House. They brought back the original host of In Your House as well. That was pretty cool, and they did the whole spoof on the merchandise, where back in the day you would call like an 800 number or whatever, but now obviously it's WWE.com. So it's pretty cool. So let's talk about the results of that real quick. There's actually a couple games we're going to play here today too, besides the WWE.
Oh,
yeah,
surprise games.
Small games, nothing too major. Nothing too major.
You don't like to be prepared for things.
Yeah, but that's not how I do things here, Dal. Is your OCD kicking in because of that? You're freaking out because you don't have a fucking, what's that called, a syllabus of the show? We talked about this in the meeting last week. Were you here? Nope.
I had to work. Stop.
Oh, no, there's a line on your notebook. Okay, guys, so NXT TakeOver, there's only a few matches, but all of them were fucking incredible.
I love that they use the old school look to it, too.
Yes, absolutely.
That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then the old host looked terrible. I mean,
he's weathered. he is aged.
Did not age well.
No, not one bit. Anyways, NXT TakeOver in your house opened up with a six-woman tag team match with Mia Yim, Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Knox taking on Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Raquel. I can't remember her last name.
Gonzalez, I think.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Dally.
I'm good for something.
I know. Why do you keep staring down to the left? Camera's right there.
You have that line on her papers and down
It
to the
is
left.
bothering me.
I think that's hieroglyphics at that point. Mia, Shotzi, and Tegan did pick up the win, which I was surprised to see Shotzi after that weird spot from the NXT show the previous Wednesday where she kind of fell back.
Yeah, how she didn't injure herself.
Yes, God, brutal. Well, it was a good match. It was a good opener. Finn Balor took on Priest, where Finn kind of got some retribution, picked up the win against him.
That was a great match.
Oh, absolutely. North American title was on the line. Keith Lee took on Johnny Gargano. Keith Lee picked up the win, which it kind of makes sense because I think Keith Lee is going to... Realistically, I think every title right now, just a guess, isn't going to change hands to start getting fans and stuff back.
Yeah, it'd make more sense, I guess.
Yeah. But Keith Lee did pick up the win against Gargano.
Put him through the fence.
Yes.
That was awesome.
It reminded me of the moment when Keith Lee threw Adam Cole into the fans at that one NXT show.
Where we were like, are those real fans?
It was phenomenal. Karrion Kross made his takeover debut against Ciampa in what I consider a squash match.
I don't know if it was too... I mean...
It was
a little back and forth, but...
I think Ciampa only had a little bit in the beginning.
Okay, but you knew Kross was going to go over.
Oh, yeah. If he didn't, it would destroy the character.
Yeah.
But you weren't a big fan of the match. You said,
I just don't think... I think it should have been more, story behind it. I don't think that doing Ciampa like that was smart. After he just came out of a big storyline with Gargano and everything.
Yeah.
Fall and pray.
This is what I miss. I miss the quiet, shy, talkative host that we have here on the show.
How am I shy and talkative at the same time?
I just think that maybe, they should know a little bit more with the match.
I'm sorry, fine, leave me alone.
Camera's right there.
Okay, you don't look at the camera 24/7.
I look at it when everyone else talks.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I look at the person when they talk.
I look at the person when they're talking.
I make eye contact with the camera when you guys are giving your results and shit. You know why? Because our fans want to see our faces.
No.
They don't want to see your
I
ear.
don't want to look at my face. Stop messing with my paper.
Karrion Kross did pick up the win. And then, obviously, we had the Heavyweight Championship in the backlot brawl between Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream. Cole picked up the victory, which means Velveteen Dream can no longer get a heavyweight title shot against Cole as long as Cole is heavyweight champion.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. You know these things when you watch the shows. The one thing that was weird about this whole situation was there was a lot of rumors going around with Cole maybe leaving NXT. So I thought this was the opportunity to get the title off of him.
Well, there's rumors going around that he'd leave WWE altogether, though. I think he's only got a few more months left on his contract.
Yeah. I thought maybe it would just be like, okay, well, if he is deciding to leave, then get the title off of him.
Yeah.
Build another champion for the time being. Which maybe that's what they're doing when it comes to Karrion Kross. The next takeover has to be in a few months for SummerSlam, right?
Yeah. August,
yeah.
Yeah, so. Then obviously we had a triple threat women's championship main event. Io Shirai took on Charlotte Flair, who took on Rhea Ripley, and Io Shirai became her first ever brand new women's NXT champion, beating out Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley.
Good for her.
Yeah, it was cute that they did the streamers and everything afterwards too. So that was kind of cool.
For nobody in the crowd.
Yeah.
Just
for her.
Just enhancement talent everywhere.
Just for her. So
I still believe that Ripley's title run from the beginning wasn't doing they didn't do her justice with that. When Charlotte took it from her, I don't think that.
Well, I read an article that said that she wasn't even supposed to win that. That something changed.
With Ripley?
Mm-hmm.
I liked her as champion.
I love that she was champion. I thought it was pretty cool.
I thought she was pretty badass.
Yeah.
I don't think Flair should have beat her at WrestleMania, though. I think that kind of hurt her character.
Yeah.
There's been too much Charlotte. I know you're a big fan of Charlotte. There's just, to me, it's like John Cena back in the day, where you liked him, and then he was everywhere.
The problem is they're trying to make her a lot like her dad, but there's not a lot of territories to do that shit in.
Right.
Like I mean, when Rick was Ric Flair, I mean, you had NWA, WCW, WWF, AWA, yeah, you had all those where when he went out and won his 16 or whatever heavyweight championships, I mean, that was a collection of all of them, you know, from all the territories through the span of 30 years.
I actually think it's more than that. The 16 is, I think, just what WWE acknowledges.
Well, it has to be the NWA, WCW, WWE titles. There has to be more than that, because I know he was only like WWF champion, like what, maybe twice? Yeah. WCW maybe only 3 times. So I mean, there's
NWA probably several.
Yeah, but it seems like they're trying to throw an entire Ric Flair career into Charlotte's 4 or 5 years she's been here.
Yeah, I think it's only that, but I still stand on the ground that if she only stays in WWE and doesn't venture out to these other organizations, she will not be as good as her dad.
I don't think it matters. To do what? To go to Impact, AEW, and New Japan?
Yeah, fuck them. Go.
But it doesn't mean anything. It meant something back in the day, because back in the day, kayfabe was a real thing.
Right.
But now,
I'll give you that.
Yeah, but now, I mean, because nowadays, like, if she goes to AEW and she wins the Women's Championship, okay, she was just given the title just because of her name.
Right.
If she goes to Impact, it means absolutely nothing because Tessa Blanchard won the Heavyweight Championship,
right? Which
I still believe bastardized the Knockouts Championship in the company.
I agree with that.
You know, New Japan, yeah, I guess so. But I mean, realistically, I don't know much about New Japan, which I think we should definitely dive into New Japan one day to learn more about it.
It's just hard to watch.
I don't hear anything about women's wrestling out in Japan. Everything you hear, like, you know, was like Bullet Club. You know, like, it's the men's wrestling and stuff. You don't hear anything about women's wrestling. You always hear about Jericho and Kenny Omega and shit like that, but you don't hear about women going to New Japan and stuff like that. The only time I ever heard anything about women's wrestling in Japan is when they ended up with NXT. Right. Kairi Sane, Asuka, Io Shirai, and all that. But, I mean, like, I think if this was early 2000s and she was doing that, yeah, you know, it would make a difference and everything in who she is.
Right.
But nowadays, it doesn't mean anything anymore. It has to do with a lot, again, with Tessa Blanchard winning the TNA Impact Championship, just making the Knockouts title less. You know, I mean, who cares about who's the TNA Women Knockout Champion is, because why aren't you just the Impact Champion now?
Right.
Tessa did it, you know?
And Tessa, I mean, she held it for a while, too.
Yeah.
Well, at least on TV, you know.
Yeah. Where was I at?
We finished in the house.
Was that the in your house? Is that it? Alright. I'm just not used to doing results right after another, so I guess it's raw now. I'm so used to for someone else to do it, so I can interrupt them and do fucking plugs and stuff.
Oh, you'll get your chance. Don't worry.
I know. You okay, Dad? Sure?
Yeah, my contact's
Anyways,
falling out. Okay.
guys, if you haven't had a chance yet, yeah, right? See, I had to make an interrupted moment.
You didn't see that coming?
Come on,
no, I thought you were actually concerned.
No. Not really. I'm just making tallies at this point.
Okay.
Smile. Alright, guys, if you haven't had a chance to pick up your JFW merchandise, make sure you go to tpublic.com and search JFW. You can pick up all your amazing merchandise that we have available, like the Dizzle J 33% Dizzle J t-shirt. The shirt that Dahlia has. God damn it, Dahlia. You know what? I created the shirt and I just can't remember what it fucking says now.
Her shirt?
Yeah, what does the shirt say?
Extreme Outcast.
The Extreme Outcast Dallas. Right, I made the shirt. I don't remember. It's been so long.
It's awesome.
You also get the JFW, the original JFW logo shirt, which is right here. And you also get Freakin, my second favorite F-word shirt. It's right there. I actually wore that out the other day, and I got to tell you, I got a lot of compliments on it.
Yeah?
Yeah. People are like, I love the shirt. I'm like, of course you did. I made it. We had a discussion today, folks, and we actually decided that we are releasing yet another t-shirt design into our store this coming week. You know, I'm tired of talking. Jay, why don't you go ahead and explain it?
We continue our homage to the NWO, and we've now made Freaks World Order for our freaks out there. So check it out, tpublic.com. Search JFW. Get the FWO shirt, the Dizzle J shirt, the Dally shirt. You didn't make your shirt yet? You didn't put that shirt on there?
Shirt's out there. Still hate it.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of it.
I love it.
I hate it because I made it. And I don't like what I made for myself.
I think
it's just not good enough. It's not fucking good enough.
It fits you.
Yeah, it does. It does. Because it comes with 3X. But yeah, no, you guys heard me mention before. We referred to you, our fans and everything, as the Freak Nation and the Freaks and stuff like that. But I mean, this is pro wrestling. We talk about pro wrestling here, so why not find something that's more relatable to the wrestling world? Why not have the Freak World Order? It's a shirt made for you guys. So it'll be released this week. We'll put it up on social media when it does get released, and obviously for the next 72 hours that shirt is released on the site, it's 35% off. There's actually a sale coming up this week as well for the entire store. So again, tpublic, TEPUBLIC.com, search JFW, pick up all of our merchandise. All of our designs that we create for JFW are available on t-shirts and hoodies and tank tops and baby onesies, notebooks, tapestries, wall art, magnets, stickers, posters, face masks, because the pandemic's still a thing in these times right now. There's 2 different styles of masks you can purchase. One for like an everyday use, but they also have medical masks as well you can get, which are pretty cool. They are available on tpublic.com. Search JFW.
Really? I didn't know about the masks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned them on this freaking show. You should listen. This freaking show, part of Freakin Studios. Studios. Alright. We got Raw, which you guys are going to see a pattern when it comes to Raw. Literally, they want everyone to get their shit in on these shows. What the hell not, right? They're all scooped together anyways. Raw opened up with Asuka coming out. I think there's going to be some confrontation between her and Charlotte Flair. Instead, Bayley and Sasha Banks came out to confront Asuka, the newly crowned women's tag team champions. If you guys don't remember, the tag team titles can be defended on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, which I do believe the title is going to be defended on Backlash in a triple threat match. And I believe the winners of that match is going to be at NXT next week in a women's tag team match.
Are they going to face Dakota Kai and what's her face?
I thought it was Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart.
That's what I recall.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a tag team name or not, but I think that's who they're facing.
See, I don't remember any female tag teams other than when I watched, and they kind of came out dressed similar.
The Iconics?
Yeah, did they come up from NXT?
Yeah. They did.
A long time ago.
Yes.
Iconic! I like that.
So after Bayley and Sasha came out to confront Asuka, Charlotte came out. The Iconics came out to kind of badmouth everyone, because that's what Australians do. Broke into a big brawl. It ended up being a... What's up?
Because that's what Australians do.
Yeah. Yep.
This is the time for a comment like that.
Yeah. Just like Canada, no one from Australia listens to the show.
Oh.
Canada. 6-woman tag team match was developed following this whole brawl. Asuka and Charlotte took on the Iconics and Bayley and Sasha. Asuka and Charlotte picked up the win. Charlotte was going to go for one of her, I will admit it, amazing top rope moonsaults, where Asuka tagged in real quick and put the super hold on, I can't remember if it was Billy Kay or Peyton.
Doesn't matter.
One of the Iconics and picked up the win.
They're interchangeable.
Asuka and Charlotte are going to face each other later on in the evening. Following that, there was a kind of like a webcam discussion with Rey Mysterio on his current situation with his eye after his attack from Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was at ringside, kind of listening to everything. Told Rey that Rey needs to realize that what he did was for his benefit. Rey needs to retire, go out on top. And then he invites Rey and his son Dominic to Raw the next week, this coming week. Following that, obviously, Aleister Black attacked Southpaw. He did to Aleister last week, which ultimately broke out into yet another tag team match with Aleister Black teaming with Humberto Carrillo, taking on Austin Theory and Murphy, the what are they called? Seth Rollins.
The disciples.
Disciples.
I couldn't think of the word either.
Yeah, right. Follow-up question to that. When AOP come back, does it matter if they're back with Seth or not, or no?
I think it would make more sense that they would come back with Seth.
But why wouldn't the one still be there, you know? Also, Samoa Joe's commentator still?
He's permanent.
Yeah, I believe it.
He's been getting injured too much.
Yeah.
He's a good commentator, though.
Mm-hmm.
Eat.
So here, Aleister Black and a bit of
Look at me, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, picked up the win against the
Disciples.
There we go. Thank you. Ultimately, just for Seth Rollins to attack him at the end and give Aleister Black another stomp. Peep Show came out, hosted by Christian, with Edge being the guest. Christian told Edge flat out, like, you shouldn't be doing this match. You couldn't have the greatest wrestling match in your prime. You're not ready for this. You're just not there. But he was trying to mind game him.
Yeah.
You saw this, right?
I did watch this, and this was actually one of my favorite parts of Raw because, like, I honestly thought he was gonna heel turn on him, but then it got to the point I was like, oh, he's just psyching him up. Yeah. I thought it was awesome.
It was one of, and it's one of my favorite things. Like when it comes to what's going on in wrestling, I think Dahlia actually talked with you about this before we recorded, because we're talking about Loomis, Dexter Loomis.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we were talking about his history as Samuel Shaw and everything. And one of the cool things about wrestling at that point, and kind of what's going on right now, is the realism they're bringing into wrestling.
Yeah.
And in the Peep Show segment, Christian brought up Edge's mom. Edge's mom being there and everything. If you guys don't know, Edge's mom did pass away last year. So bringing that into it.
Calling him Adam.
Yeah, so it was just a way to kind of trigger Edge into getting into that mode where he's going to have to be two-face Randy Orton at Backlash. And this is actually what I was trying to bring up earlier, and it's actually a perfect time to kind of talk about a altercation to the show that I want to do, that we talked about earlier. Yeah. And I'm going to share with you guys. We can sit here week by week, and we can just discuss the results of wrestling and, you know, what you already seen, and, you know, once in a while get our point of view on some things. But we want to do more for you guys. We want to do more for the FWO.
I like that.
Right? We already did that. So what we decided to do, and by we decided, I made the decision to do so. So to bring you guys a more JFW kind of wrestling show, podcast, we're going to kind of alter what we believe should have been a better way of booking segments and wrestling matches and stuff like that. And this Peep Show segment was actually a perfect starting point, if you will, because we saw Edge or Randy Orton come out and kind of like interrupt their talk and everything, and kind of just end the segment. I would have rather seen kind of like Edge walk out of the ring and Christian get RKO'd.
Yeah, that would have made more sense because he's already RKO'd Beth Phoenix and a couple of times.
No, you weren't in the way.
It would have made sense to take out his friend too, you know,
yeah.
Or like his best friend.
Yeah, and I know that Christian's had a history of concussions and everything, which ultimately is the reason he got retired. But I'm sure they could figure out a way to maybe, or even a punt. To punt Christian?
I think the punt would be worse.
No, God, no, really?
He hasn't used the punt in a long time.
I know. Why not bring that back? You're bringing do the stomp.
Too dangerous.
No.
What do you mean no?
You do the Claymore.
Yes, it's all the same shit. Anyway, I just think it would have been better if, Edge fucking walks off and everything and is like his mode that Christian got him into, his focus, just for, Randy Orton to RKO Christian in the middle of the ring.
Out of nowhere.
Right? Well, I mean, like I said, with his history of concussions and everything, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
So.
Well, what did they do with Seth Rollins and Edge a couple years back? Having Edge head on the Money in the Bank case, was it?
Mm-hmm.
They were going to do the stomp to him unless, I forget what the storyline was going on, but it made sense. It would have made sense for the situation, too.
Yep. Absolutely. Following the Peep Show, they dove into that whole Street Profit, Viking Raiders, whatever you could do, I could do better. Games that they've been doing for the last few weeks. They saw Street Profits win in basketball, Viking Raiders win in axe throwing, Profits win in golf, Vikings win in bowling. So they decided to have a decathlon this week. They each picked their own little events and shit like that. They started out with a 1,600 yard dash. The Profits won. They did archery, which Vikings won. Next one was Flip Cup. Profits won. Sword fighting. Vikings won because Street Profits just forfeited. Like, now I'm done. Did hurdles. Profits won because Viking Raiders didn't understand how to do it. Stick fighting, which I didn't really understand.
I never saw that before.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were going to fight with sticks, but no, they just held opposite ends of sticks and pulled each other into the swimming pool full of milk. Vikings won that. They had a dance-off. Profits won. Ivar's got moves, man. I do like the music they use. The Profits using Shawn Michaels and Ivar using Fandango's old music.
Yeah. Dun, dun.
They did shot put. Street Profits won in that one. Turkey eating. Obviously, the Viking Raiders won. And then the final event was pole vaulting, which Ivar has to raise the bar.
Raise the bar.
Oh, raise the bar for Ivar. And yeah, he won. So they tied up into the decathlon. So I'm sure that's going to continue on.
I find it those segments have been entertaining.
Oh yeah, and that's something to do for right now.
Yeah.
You know, so triple threat match for number one contendership for the U.S. title. The winner's going to go on to face Apollo at Backlash. We saw Kevin Owens take on Garza, take on Andrade. Kevin Owens hit Garza with a stunner, went for the pin. Andrade pushed him off, kicked him off, and Andrade ended up pinning Garza for the win. We had a VIP lounge segment. The MVP calling out Lashley to have the interview. I'm sorry, am I boring you?
I'm sorry, I was up at 5 this morning. I had work too. Leave me alone. Continue. Don't mind me.
No, please. You want to take a nap or something? Or
can I crawl under the table and take a nap?
Sure.
Okay, will you take over NXT?
Sure.
Okay.
I see Sharpie markers.
God damn. VIP Lounge, MVP was having Bobby Lashley set up as a guest. Drew McIntyre came out instead. Told MVP that I'm going to Claymore kick you in the face. You can either take it or run away. Started doing this countdown. Lashley showed up. Drew was stuck between Lashley and MVP. He turns around, headbutts MVP real quick. Stares Lashley down. Just to have the Viking Raiders come out, kind of back him up. Street Profits followed them out. They ended up in yet another tag team match with the Viking Raiders taking on Lashley and MVP. Street Profits and Drew McIntyre decided to stick around, watch the match from the ringside. There we go. Thanks, Jay.
What's with you? I must have words today.
I don't fucking know. I'm fucking up a lot today. Anyway, so Lashley and MVP pick up the win just for Ivar to pass out from a full Nelson. That Drew Claymore kicked Lashley off of just kind of like step out of the ring and stay standing. Which I think kind of sucks because it kind of ruins the integrity of the Claymore kick.
Yeah.
So, a little weird. And then finally saw Asuka and Charlotte had their singles match to close out the show. Asuka gets distracted by Nia Jax, who she is facing at Backlash for the Women's Raw Championship. Charlotte gets a running big boot, takes out Asuka, and picks up another victory. So Charlotte is still one of the only women in WWE that Asuka has yet to beat.
That's stupid.
Yeah. There always need to be one person that can't beat him. And Charlotte just happens to be Asuka's.
Asuka's better.
Oh, yeah.
They have different styles of wrestling.
Do they?
Okay.
But we saw the
Why do I even talk? Why am I here? Why am I here? Stop. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Question mark. I don't know.
Well, we saw the Peep Show and we saw the VIP Lounge happen on Raw. So we're going to play one of our mini games.
Mini game.
Mini game. This freaking mini game. All right, guys. Here I have a list of 10 wrestling hosted show segments
Ooh.
that have occurred in all of our lives, even you, even during your life being a Ute. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna list off all 10 of these. I need you guys to pick 5 that you like and which one's your favorite. Sound good? Pay attention because I'm not gonna repeat them. You guys,
What are you looking at me for? He said it.
It's okay, your paper's right there. Just look at it.
Alright, so you got the Peep Show, you got Miss TV, Jericho's Highlight Show, Mona Bliss, the KO Show, MVP's VIP Lounge, Ambrose Asylum, the Cutting Edge, the Dirt Sheet, and Carlito's Cabana. Tell you what, I only want 5. You tell me your favorite out of all of them.
That's hard.
The Miz's show.
Miss TV?
Yeah.
Or the Dirt Sheet with Morrison?
Miz TV.
Miss TV?
Mine would be Cutting Edge or Dirt Sheet.
Okay. Nice. That's all I got.
Piper's Pit.
What about yours?
Oh, we don't do Travis's stuff.
Why?
Because there's no time for it. Now we're just wasting time.
Just answer the question.
But if I answer the question, then
You're wasting time right now.
Oh my god, Dally. It's like she's new to this shit. I ask questions. I don't look for answers.
Well, I'm asking your opinion.
Jericho's highlight reel.
That did have some classic moments on it.
That's just I think besides Miss TV, it's one of the longest running ones in wrestling. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Jericho's highlight reel. Happy? Cool. What's next? NXT?
Impact.
Do you have to plug first?
There's no
Not until I start talking.
No, until I start talking.
No, watch.
I already did the T Public.
I don't care. You're gonna interrupt us anyway.
Not on this one.
Uh-huh.
Go for it. Let's find out.
See, now you're just not gonna do it because we called you out on it.
Maybe.
Or you're gonna do it because we did call you out on it. And
We
now
don't even know. Who
we
knows?
Don't know.
We surely will find out.
So Impact opened up with Michael Elgin versus Ken Shamrock versus Sami Callihan for the number 1 contendership. Michael Elgin ended up picking up the win with the Elgin bomb.
Still a fan of Michael Elgin. I like Michael Elgin.
I like him. Tasha Steelz versus Susie. The winner was Tasha Steelz with a cutter. Flashback moment to Mike Bennett and Marie Connells, which kind of makes me feel like they're probably going to come back soon. There's been a lot of talk about EC3 coming back too to Impact Wrestling.
I can see him going to NWA.
That'd make more sense.
Yeah, I can see him being an NWA guy. But I mean, Impact is where he kind of like grew into his character, so that would make sense too.
Yeah, I think he'd work out.
Speaking of making sense.
Yeah, see?
If you guys haven't had a chance, then make sure you go to patreon.com/JFW podcast, where you can check out all the amazing tiers we have available that have so many different prizes for you guys to get on a monthly basis. Give us money, we'll do shit for you. It's really how it works. I'm tired of spending all my time describing it. It's there.
It's there.
Patreon.com/JFW podcast, all tiers from $1 to $15. Check them out, sign up for one. Give us money.
And we'll make it funny. Willie Mack and Cousin Jake versus Chris.
She was
Bacon.
so cringed out by your joke. She's like trying to wipe it off her fucking face. It's like gross.
She's like, dad joke.
I hear a lot of those, believe me.
From who?
My dad?
Who's your dad?
His name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
My bad. I don't mean to be a pain.
Good one, Travis.
That was a pretty elite joke, though.
Oh, God.
Willie Mack and Cousin Jake take on Chris Bay and Johnny Swinger.
You guys are continuing to laugh. I'm done.
Willie Mack and Cousin Jake pick up the win.
Who?
Willie Mack and Cousin Jake.
Okay.
All right, ready?
I'm not trying.
So, next matchup is Crazy Steve versus Jacob Chris. Fuck.
So just you.
It's not me. Yeah.
What?
No, go ahead,
No.
Jake.
So Chris ended up picking up the win, formerly part of OVW. Jordan Grace versus Tyler Valkyrie. Jordan Grace taps out Tyler Valkyrie. And Deanna Perrazzo arrives on the scene. Formerly, I believe, of
Yeah, NXT.
NXT.
She was one of those released, yeah.
And then that's it for Impact Wrestling.
Cool. NXT.
You gonna say anything first? Because every time I start, you
What else do I
interrupt
have
me.
what else do
I
have to
don't
plug?
know, but you find a way.
Do I have anything else to plug? I don't think I do.
I think you do, but I'm not going to say.
No, I did Ball Wash and Audible already. I interrupted you earlier to do T Public. I interrupted him to do Patreon. All that's left is, talk about, our social media and where the show can be listened to, but that's at the end. So I done that. You're good to go. Take the opportunity.
I don't trust you.
Jesus,
I really
bullshit,
don't.
so
I really
bullshit.
don't.
Embrace the opportunity to not be interrupted, because it's going to really happen.
Okay.
Please.
NXT.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. NXT opened up with Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae defeating Keith Lee and Mia Yim in a mixed tag match.
Such a good match. The ending was my favorite.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm gonna botch this name.
Yeah, you will.
Yep. So.
Before you watch that name.
Yep.
Guys, I mentioned before that Just Freakin' Wrestling, the GFW podcast, is bringing along a new monthly show called Southland Talk, where we're going to do post-show discussions and possible interviews for Southland Championship Wrestling, one of the independent wrestling companies in the area that we work with. Until the shows go up and running, until we do stuff like that, we are going to do live podcast with Southland Championship wrestlers and fans. The Commissioner Sentinel does participate from time to time as well. But we open that opportunity to all you guys to participate in that, come in and talk with us, and just kind of get to know a little bit more about the wrestlers that have been part of Southland Championship Wrestling since its inception, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
So I've had an opportunity to sit down with a lot of great people, such as Max Holiday, James Creed.
Did you just say Max Holloway?
Yeah, was
Three-time SCW champion.
three-time SCW heavyweight champion. Neeser, I had a chance to talk to Neeser a couple of times. Bayonets, and it's been awesome. Adam Cage, Bulletproof LLC. I had a chance to sit down with all of them. Hunter's been there too, but it's cool to kind of have these opportunities to do stuff like that, and it helps out a lot when I get fans and everything who are part of the wrestling culture, even the FWO.
Shout out to Superfan Steve, man.
Yeah, today's his birthday. Happy birthday, Steve.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know, hope you're doing well with
Hashtag F you, but whatever.
Still fuck you.
All right, God. Anyways, guys, podbean.com. Make sure you sign up to Podbean. Subscribe and follow us right there. And make sure you also follow us on Facebook, because that's where we set the links up to find our lives. Maybe one day Dally and Jay will join me in doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see. All right, you're good to go.
Am I actually?
We'll find out.
So we forgot
Okay.
about that one. That's why you thought it
I didn't want to do it. I just had to, though.
Sure. Okay. How did you pronounce that? Is Indishir? Indishir? Sure.
I think it's in this year. Yeah.
Defeated Mikey Del Rey and Mike Reed. I guess they're local competitors they brought in. Basically a squash match. Breezango returned, I think, last week on NXT, but they kind of talked about how they wanted to revamp their team, and I think they're with the number one contenders now.
I believe they're number one contenders to Imperium's titles.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. I forgot Imperium had the titles.
It's weird because they're bringing all these NXT UK wrestlers over to like NXT.
Well, it's an NXT brand.
Yeah, I know, but still, I mean, like Rhea
But
Ripley.
NXT UK has their own titles.
Yeah, and they have their own shows and everything. It's just weird to me because, you know, like, you had Rhea Ripley, who was the NXT Women's Champion, but she was an NXT UK person. Same thing with Imperium. They're NXT UK, but now they have the NXT tag titles. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's like a cross-branding thing. That's awesome, but, I mean, it's just weird because NXT has tag teams that, you know, but I do believe, yeah, the number one contenders to Imperium's tag team titles. But yeah, they're saying they're discussing that, you know, who they were in the beginning and who they are now. They're two different people. You know, they were gimmicks and jokes and stuff in SmackDown, and even though they had fun doing it, they had to start getting serious again and be taken serious.
I always enjoyed Breezango though. I mean, they can go in the ring as well as be as goofy as hell too.
I'm just not a fan of goofy shit when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah, you're really not.
Well, it's like this Viking Raider Street Profits stuff. Like, I get it, that's entertaining, but you don't do that with the Viking Raiders. I mean, how do you take them serious anymore? You know, it's
right.
Like, if you want to be goofy, I mean, have the Street Profits do that shit with Breezango, whatever. But I mean, you don't bastardize a intense fucking tag team by, you know, just have them go out there and like, be jokingly and get along with. I mean, fucking it's the same shit that happened with Hunter Payne. This fucking big ass badass and what? Fucking high fiving fucking children and shit. That's why he's not champion anymore.
Southland's ass kicker.
Yeah, sure. Maybe back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, I haven't talked about Hunter in a while, so.
Yeah, that wasn't even like your strongest jab at
No,
either, so.
It was an honest one too.
Are you done?
I think so. We'll find out.
Robert Stone tried to recruit Rhea Ripley to what's his company
Stone,
called?
Robert Stone
Brand.
The Robert Stone Brand. I love this guy. Fucking, who is he in Impact?
Robbie E.
Robbie E. I fucking love Robert Stone. I'm really excited to see who I hope he gets Rhea Ripley. I honestly do.
Well, she responded by slamming him through a table.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
or a garbage can, or whatever the hell it was.
I remember Rhea being a heel in NXT UK, and she's really fucking good at it. And they're really, I think they'd be fun together.
I think she has a heel look to her anyway.
Yeah.
It's like their personalities don't mix, but that would make it funny. That would make it clash.
It'd be who the hell was it? Like very similar to like Undertaker and Brother Love, kind of like that. Like they shouldn't go together, but it kind of works a little bit. It's paired just enough. And fucking, I say a lot of shit about AEW, but they do really well when it comes to managers.
Yeah.
So.
Lance Archer and Jake the Snake.
Yeah, fucking Taz and Cage, Anderson and Rhodes. Who the fuck? Sean Spears and Blanchard,
Totally,
right?
yeah.
I mean, managers get lost. They don't have that anymore. JD doesn't have that except for what? Zelina Vega.
And Paul Heyman sometimes.
Yeah, when Brock's there.
Yeah.
But, go on. You don't have to wait for me to tell you to go. You can just go.
Well, I didn't want you to start talking and then be interrupted again, so.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay.
I only interrupt you once. The rest of the time, I just get my input. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk during the talk show.
Finn Balor defeated Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, he did.
And after the match, I guess Finn called out Keith Lee. Like, he wants the North American Championship. Which I think would be awesome.
I hope the guy doesn't get it.
Why? What do you have against Finn now?
He just doesn't need it. He doesn't need to be North American champion. North American title is for everyone. It's the equivalent of the IC title. You get this title to prepare you for the next one. And I do believe that's what Triple H is doing.
Yeah.
He's taken that stuff from the early 90s and 80s and shit that worked, that people grasp onto, and are using that in NXT.
It's like a step-up title.
It's getting Keith Lee ready for the next step. Finn Balor doesn't need to take a step back. Finn Balor could be who he is without ever being champion again. And if he does, it needs to be on the main roster with the WWE title or the Universal title.
I agree, but he's in NXT, so.
And he needs to be the UK champion then.
Well, that'd be cool.
Right? If any title at NXT was ready for Finn, or was made for Finn Balor, it was the NXT UK title against fucking Walter. Yes.
We should dream book NXT.
Like NXT, all of it, or just NXT,
NXT
UK,
all of it.
or like a WrestleMania NXT, like a 4-hour-long
Yeah.
NXT show. Yeah, I'm trying to work on getting a big dry erase board so we can do stuff like that. I almost bought one, but somebody bought it instead.
What?
When oh shit, I don't think we mentioned this. Fucking Genesis Martial Arts is closed.
Yeah, no, we mentioned it before.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well, they're having a sale and everything. They had this huge dry erase board I was going to buy, but someone else bought it instead. But that's something I want to get because...
But you could buy a dry erase board from anywhere.
Yeah, but they're really expensive. And we don't have a lot of money. You know how much money we have? We have less than any money. But no, I mean, that's one of the things I want to do because if you guys remember, we have a YouTube channel. This is where we do the video podcast from. If you're watching the video, obviously you know we have a YouTube channel. Thanks. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. But when we do these results and not the results, but when we do these predictions, the predictions are going to be separate from the show. It's going to be our own segment on the JFW show.
Right. It's
going to be on the JFW podcast. It's going to be its own thing that we dry erase boarded up. That's how we grow, by doing more.
Yeah, get a bigger studio.
Do it here, guys' house.
I think this room is bigger than most of my house.
Yeah. We'll have to borrow SCW Studios. Commish will do it. Commish will let us do it.
Squash.
Squash. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I didn't mean for DJ to interrupt you.
I mean, I'm just used to it now.
I hope so. I haven't changed in fucking 3 years.
It's the formula.
We know the percentages.
Okay.
Audio podcasts don't work when you don't talk.
Okay! Dakota Kai defeated Casey Catanzaro in a singles match.
Which is nice to see that she's back. I know there was a big issue with her being gone for a while, so it's cool that she's back. Go on.
Okay, I'm gonna botch this name too.
Oh, Adam Cole.
No, this one!
El Hijo del Fantasma.
El Hijo del Fantasma revealed himself as Santos Escobar, and he attacked Drake Maverick. It was Jake Maverick's really wanting that Cruiserweight Championship.
Which I think was a pretty cool moment at the show closed out with him getting his contract from Triple H. That wasn't planned. Triple H just did that.
Really?
Yeah, he just walked out because Drake didn't know that Triple H was walking out. Drake thought that was it, saying goodbye to everyone and all that. No, that was a surprise. That was a cool fucking...
I don't understand then. Why did they announce that he was getting released then?
I think his release was a work shoot with all the other releases, but I mean, realistically, when you look at to get out of the world of wrestling for a moment, the country is shit right now because of the coronavirus. Businesses are failing, and WWE is no exception to that. You know, and they had to make changes and make cuts. That's why they let go a lot of wrestlers and a lot of backstage people. Executives, writers, and everything. And I think realistically, Drake was supposed to just be released, but
then he was still like advertised in the Cruiserweight.
He was getting over with fans. Yeah. Fans sympathized with them, and regardless of every storyline out there with the McMahons and all that, they didn't listen to their fans for the most part. I mean, they listened to him with Zack Ryder when he was let go before and he was brought back. He got dried. Like, the fans didn't care much about Ryder anymore. So they let him go.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that thing about they wanted to use his pool?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
That segment that Mandy Rose and Otis had last week, while they're on vacation at the pool. They asked Chelsea Green, who is engaged or dating Zack Ryder, if they could use her pool at their house. And
I didn't hear
Zack
that.
Ryder's
lost
house.
his shit for it, which I don't blame him for.
No.
But no, I think Maverick just got over with the fans and everything and to say, hey, fuck it, let's.
Maverick's a good worker, though.
Yeah. Which a lot of people got re-signed. This got re-signed for less money. And they fucking took it.
Yeah.
Drew Gulak got released, but he's re-signed.
Oh, that was one of their biggest mistakes.
Yeah, but you let him go or you let Daniel Bryan go?
Daniel Bryan's probably got a bigger contract.
Yeah.
Drew Gulak's younger.
Yeah. But still, let somebody go. It kind of goes. Yeah, I'm not talking about my personal life, but yeah, it's just how it is. So, but I think this segment was really cool because those guys did get abducted. His henchmen or whatever really kind of forgot all about that. Like it just happens in those segments and then they're gone and shit. But the fact that they all kind of came back under these masks and everything are really cool. So, yeah.
And to finish off the show, Adam Cole defeated Dexter Lumis.
Such a good match. I love Lumis.
I don't know if I've seen him yet.
Samuel Shaw from TNA.
Oh.
Dexter Lumis.
I keep forgetting that's who it is.
Yeah.
With his little creeper stash.
Yeah. I like it. It's like I was telling Dally.
He hasn't been on TV in a long time before coming to NXT.
No. Him, Karrion Kross, and the Undisputed Era are the only reasons I'm watching NXT. But one of my favorite things on the NXT show was after Adam Cole won, Scarlett came out with the I can't remember what it's called, but the sand timer, whatever the hell that thing's called. Sand
like the clock. The sand clock.
Yeah, what the fuck is it called?
I don't know, egg timer.
No, but it's cool because obviously I think something's coming up with Adam Cole and Karrion Kross and shit like that, so I'm really excited for that. Cool. That's your turn, man.
All right. So AEW opened up with the Butcher and the Blade versus FTR. If you don't know who FTR was, they're formerly the Revival.
Guys, Dizzle J is gonna give the results to AEW.
Now they're called Fuck the Rest.
What?
That's what the FTR stands for.
Cool.
Yeah. FTR ended up picking up the win. A lot of analysis. Chris Stradlander and Hikaru versus Penelope Ford and Nyla Rose. Ford ended up getting the pin with a fisherman suplex. To me, sometimes they don't end on like cool finishers, especially with AEW. And I was talking to some guys online. They're like, "What are fans of AEW not willing to admit?" And I was like, "No sell." AEW is a lot of no sell to me.
I told you my problem with it.
Yeah.
Which I actually got a couple of notes here that I got a couple of notes I want to ask you about.
Okay.
Not negative things towards AEW, but just for you to kind of enlighten me on something. So we'll get to it though.
Best Friends in Orange Cassidy versus the Proud and Powerful and Jake Hager. Freshly squeezed managed to pin Ortiz. Orange Cassidy would be freshly squeezed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you know that.
I just told you I watched the show.
Yeah.
Did you?
No. I was busy. Sammy Guevara versus Colt Cabana. Guevara ended up picking up the win, and then Brody Lee comes out, joins him on stage, helps Cabana to his feet, and walk away. So maybe another order game? Huh? You watched it? No? He's
Camera.
the space. Cody.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. Because that's actually where some of my questions come up.
Okay.
So, Brody Lee's wearing a suit. Why? I think realistically, if he's like some kind of like leader of anything, there should be like some kind of robe. Like Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness. I don't understand why he's wearing a suit. It's weird to me. But I don't watch a lot of AEW because I'm just not a fan of what they do.
His wrestling gear is more.
But
roby.
it should always be that.
I don't think so. I think if you're running a cult in this day and age, you don't want to look like a cult. You want to look like a normal person, but still have that James Bond-esque kind of look to it where you're still sharp dressed.
But see, I don't agree with that because of the kind of cult they have. It's the Dark Order cult. It's almost satanic or gothic like. You want to have that gruesome, grim kind of look to you.
I mean, I guess.
It's like watching fucking Lucifer on Netflix and he's walking around in a fucking suit. That makes no sense to me. Because now he's not trying to blend in. I think little Brody Lee, if he wants to be who he's supposed to be, should blend into the character wearing like a robe.
But you're talking like the movie The Skulls. You ever see The Skulls? Nope. Well, these were high-class people who were in a cult but dressed high-class.
So why not a dark suit? Why not black on black? Or red? Or something more crimson or something like that. It doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, you're probably right.
I know I am. I just need an answer to it.
How am I supposed to give you an answer? I don't write the show. If I wrote the show, it'd probably be a little bit better.
Write the show. What would you look like?
I think I would have him.
That's what we're trying to add to the show.
I'd probably do a full-on black with a red tie.
Yeah, black on black.
Yeah.
Black shirt, black vest, black jacket, red tie. To give it a darker look.
Right.
Absolutely. Another thing, following Brody's exit along with the Darknesses and Cole Cabana, Matt Hardy came out. I didn't follow TNA when the Broken thing happened.
Okay.
Didn't really follow AEW too closely to see. What's with the whole coming out as Matt Hardy and turning into Broken Hardy?
I've never seen him do that before.
Because he did this week. He came out, talked to Guava as Matt Hardy, and all of a sudden Guava started like badmouthing or something. All of a sudden he transforms into fucking Broken Matt Hardy.
The only thing that I could think of is maybe kind of a split, where all of a sudden a different personality take over.
Kind of like a Fiend thing.
Yeah.
So they're ripping off WWE.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Dude, everything's a ripoff.
I know, but that's dumb. I mean, like, be Broken Matt Hardy.
I agree. It would make more sense for him to keep the broken gimmick.
Yeah, I mean, because I was under the impression that was the norm.
Yeah.
It's like Festus with the ring bell.
That was stupid.
Oh, I like that. It was funny as fuck. Come on now.
They kept ringing the bell. I remember the one match. They'd ring the bell, he'd just stop. They'd ring the bell again, he'd get going. Ring the bell again, stop. Poor Luke Gallows.
He did it.
He did it.
Anything for money, folks.
Yeah.
All right, those are some questions I had.
Cody took on Mark Queen for the TNT Championship.
In the John Cena Invitational?
Yeah, the John Cena Invitational. American Nightmare ended up picking up the win.
It was a good match.
I can't wait to have an extra day off so I can watch all my wrestling.
This was a decent AEW. There was Janela.
Oh, Joey Janela?
I do kind of like what they're doing with him.
The bad boy?
Well, because like they had a segment where he was at the bar drinking. He was talking about like one day he was in the main event against Moxley, and the next he's not even on the show and stuff. So it's a nice way of trying to get, and it's the same goofy shit when it comes to Raw and having six women tag matches and regular tag team matches and triple threats. Like just trying to get so many people on the show at once to kind of keep them relevant. A lot of these segments do the same thing.
Yeah.
Somebody picked up Janela in a car. I can't remember who it was. Anyway, it doesn't matter because if I try to describe it, I'm going to sound like a horrible fucking person. But I'm going to try to watch more AEW. Hope you do too.
Yeah.
Because I would love to ask you if there was anything about the show that you would change.
Yeah. I only got one TV in the house, man. Times are tough. I'd be happy I still have cable. All right.
We're changing things up, folks. All right. SmackDown next, right?
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy and Sheamus open up the show with a contract signing. Sheamus sets everything up to drug test Jeff. How do you guys feel about this? This story and bringing his real life
I don't like
into
them bringing that into it at all.
I fucking love it.
Why?
It's realism.
Yeah.
It's realism, but like, It's almost like a.
They wouldn't
shot
do it
to
without
home.
his permission, though.
Yeah, he knows he screws up. But the thing is, like, it's a way to build a great story. At the same time, it helps show people that, you know, like it's kind of like
You can come back from this.
Yeah. It's not like they're saying, okay, Jeff, here's the storyline. You're gonna come to the ring drunk and high on pills and shit and just fuck up. We're gonna do a Slammiversary all over Bound for Glory, where the fuck he did that to Sting. No, they're talking about him being clean and overcoming it, and Sheamus sees him as nothing but this, and he's trying to prove him wrong. I think that's the great part of the storyline. And it gives realism, it gives him a reason to be in the spotlight. If he just came back in a couple mid-card matches for nothing.
But it's also, I mean, like you said, the AEW ripping off WWE, that's kind of a rip-off from when Jeff Hardy came back to Impact Wrestling, too. He kind of had to do the same thing. He didn't have to take a drug test or anything like that on screen, but to reprove himself to the team, he had to go through those steps.
Yep. I think it's one of those ways, and not to be a psychologist in any way, because I'm not. I think people work through their demons a lot easier when they can confront them.
Yes.
Now, obviously, with WWE, it's a little bit different because now you're putting it on live television for millions of people to watch.
It's not like it's not all over the internet for millions of people to read.
Yeah,
anyway.
So it's getting his perspective of the situation rather than what is just read.
Right.
You know, and again, it's like Jay said, if he didn't want to do it, he could have said no. But I think it was a great segment. He went behind the curtain, took a piss test. I don't know anything when it comes to drug testing other than it does take some time to get results back unless you do like I think I took a drug test for a temp agency where you had to like I don't know, you put your saliva on some shit and it
mouth
changes the
swab.
color. Yeah, that's an instant thing. This is an instant urine test. Anyways, he filled something like 32 inches with fucking piss. Bravo to you. And then threw it on Sheamus. Fucking funny.
I saw highlights of that.
Yeah, it was really cool. Then they had a tag team match with Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura taking on the New Day. Shinsuke and Cesaro picked up the win. They had a backstage segment, Heavy Machinery together. We haven't seen Tucker around in a while.
Yeah.
Now he's back training with Otis. They're doing their goofy little segments about, you need all the focus, not just your eyes, but all your senses. And he's like ringing a bell and putting like burgers in front of him. Mandy kisses him because that's still, to this day, my favorite fucking storyline in wrestling is Otis and Mandy because it gives me fucking hope.
Gives you hope.
Yeah, well, fun fact, I'm talking to a girl who happened to be named Mandy. So I'm hoping to God I'm Otis. But, I mean, it's cool, like she kisses him and everything. He's wearing the fucking blindfold and he's like, ooh, well, Tucky. It's like, the joke, but they're getting ready for their match because they're going to be in a 6-man tag in the main event of the show, teaming up with Braun to take on Miz Morrison and Dolph Ziggler. They had an IC title match, probably the greatest match. I think it was pretty much a third of the entire show between AJ and Daniel Bryan. AJ won, winning the one title that eluded him from WWE, officially making him a
Grand Slam.
Is he?
United States.
Yeah,
IC. Was he
Yeah.
Universal?
I don't know if he was. I don't think he was our tag team champion either.
So he's just the
I'll have to go back and look.
Triple Crown?
You know who could probably tell us?
George?
Who's George?
Gio.
There we go.
His real name is George.
He doesn't. I don't think he listens to the show anymore.
I don't think so.
Gio, if you're out there.
Stop being a dick.
Yeah, Canada. There's a tag team celebration with Sasha Banks and Bayley that Nikki and Alexa Bliss interrupted, and nothing. Still better than the Alexa Bliss "This Is Your Life" segment. So, main event.
Set the bar awfully low.
Main event was a 6-man tag. Strowman, Heavy Machinery taking on Dolph and Miz Morrison. Halfway through the match, you saw Corbin confront Mandy about Otis taking the crown. Otis runs back, fucking attacks Corbin just to come out later in the match and pick up the win and all that shit. I could have done without that segment. I would prefer if actually Mandy was out at the ringside and Corbin came out. I think that would have been a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
Instead of just him having to run back there and interfere. Because if you watched it, there's there's a weird camera cut between him standing with Mandy and Otis attacking him, and you could tell they're recorded on 2 different times because Mandy wasn't in the edge. If you watch, you'll see it's weird.
I'll watch it.
Strowman, Heavy Machinery pick up the win over them, and yeah, no SmackDown. Backlash is this Sunday, folks.
Backlash.
We're going to do our predictions. If you guys want to check what our counts are right now in it, they'll be in the show notes on Podbean. I'm winning. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. GDP. Anyways. Alright, so we're going to do our predictions. You guys ready? Good?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Oh, you didn't write them down yet.
No.
Alright, cool. So you get to go first.
Okay.
Alright, so Banks and Bailey versus Bliss and Nikki versus Iconics from SmackDown Women's Champion.
I'm going to take the Iconics.
Iconics? Okay. I went with Banks and Bailey.
Iconics.
Iconics? You gotta stop whispering, Dally. Don't
I'm
be
not
shy.
whispering.
Don't be shy. Please use your outdoor voices indoors.
Why?
Be vocal, Dally. Okay. Apollo Crews versus Andrade U.S. Championship.
Cruz.
Dally?
Cruz.
I won't Crews. Hardy versus Sheamus.
Hardy.
Hardy.
I went with Hardy. Asuka versus Nia Women's Championship.
Asuka.
As much as I would love to see Nia as champion, I'm going with Asuka.
You would like to see Sir Botch. She's the next Sasha Botch.
Yeah, Asuka single since their match. Handicapped match for the Universal Championship. Braun versus Miz and Morrison.
Braun.
Braun.
I want Braun too. WWE Championship. Drew versus Lashley.
Drew.
Drew.
I want Drew too. And then finally, Edge versus Orton. Greatest wrestling match ever.
Edge.
But this feud ain't gonna be over.
No, I went with Orton. Cool. Alright. Holy shit, who gives a shit? Jay, what's your holy shit moment of the week?
Holy shit, Paul Heyman's not in creative anymore. For Raw.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Mine's AJ winning the IC title.
Nice. I went with pretty much the entire NXT takeover in your house, but specifically the carrying cross, like pretty much manhandling Ciampa. I thought it'd be a little bit closer, a little bit more like, kickouts and stuff, but I guess with Carrion being the newest thing in NXT.
I think he's built. I don't know if they're trying to build him like some kind of demon kind of dude, or
I think they're just building off the intensity of it.
Yeah.
I think they're just looking for he's so intense that he's gonna stop at nothing to achieve what he wants, and that's taking out Ciampa. So, who gives a shit?
Bruce Pritchard is in charge of creative.
I'm happy about that. I love Pritchard.
I think Paul Heyman's a much better choice. But Paul Heyman's supposed to go back to his in-ring career.
Well, he's still the executive Raw, isn't he?
They said it wasn't. He didn't lose his position, but he lost his position.
Okay. Who gives a shit, Dally?
No offense to Io Shirai, but her winning was my who gives a shit. Yeah. I mean, good for her, but I just think it.
But fuck you for being Charlotte.
Nothing against you, but fuck you. My thing is Roman Reigns is still gone and nobody cares, so. Will he come back? Who gives a shit?
She'll be back.
Jay, what's your pick of the week?
Pick of the week was actually
Guys, make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Just Freakin Wrestling, the JW Podcast, where you can listen to our show on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and Podbean just by searching Just Freakin Wrestling, the JW Podcast. We're also on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Jay, what's your pick of the week, man?
So I actually picked.
What's your pick of the week? No.
Ron Simmons versus Vader for the championship, and Ron got his first big singles title like that.
Nice. It's a good match.
Nice powerhouse match.
We did the results. We did our holy shit. Who gives a shit? Plugged it. Sponsors.
We'll have to finish the game next week.
Yeah, we did. We got through a lot.
There's a lot of good conversation.
Yeah. Which is surprising because there was such an issue with getting so invested in wrestling with the limited fan interactions and stuff. So awesome, that's all I got.
Time to ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect, as I am Travesty.
What?
Because I am Travesty.
I'm Dizzle J.
Is this new to you?
No, that's not what you usually say. You usually say, as always, I'm Travesty. I'm like, I'm Dizzle J.
I'm Dally.
Thank you. For the Saints and Hearts of Just Bring Wrestling. The JFW Podcast.
Peace.